Are the Eagles really just one player away from being Super Bowl contenders? Let's talk about it.
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you.
Fly Eagles flying on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird game nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man soft. Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randall. Season here, really time to do them in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Brandon here, and yes, this is Philly the podcast. Now, obviously, everyone's seen that the Eagles are being mentioned when it comes to Deshaun Watson and being like one of the most one team with the most capital to really go after him next season. And Adam Schefter even said this. He even said that the Eagles have the most capital to do so, and by grabbing him, could possibly put us right into Super Bowl contention almost immediately. Now, I need you guys to drop in the comments. Is this something you guys really believe? Now, me personally, I just don't know. I mean, obviously, we all don't know. It's all speculation and it's all opinion-based right now. But, I mean, look at the stats. I mean, we don't know what Jalen Hurts is right now. But what we do know is that Deshaun Watson had 33 touchdowns last season and almost 5,000 passing yards. And that's without DeAndre Hopkins. Everyone thought it was going to be a bust season for him. I mean, the Texans are in shambles as it is. Who knew? But even before the Deshaun Watson drama this past offseason, there was still a lot going on with that team. And then losing DeAndre Hopkins, we all assumed, it's a wrap for him. He's going to want to be traded. He's not going to want to be there. He's not going to have that same number one. And yet, he had his career high in yards and touchdowns last season, despite not having the greatest surrounding cast and running backs and their coach and everything like that. There's a lot going on in Houston. And so the fact that he still had those kind of stats is amazing. I mean, the guy even showed in college that he was going to be a star. He is a star. He's one of the young guys in this league that can really change an organization around. But can he change this team around, this Eagles team? A lot of people are also talking about maybe the Eagles can make a play at Xavier Howard, maybe a new cornerback, a solid number one, and make Darius Slay number two at that point, or vice versa. It doesn't matter. They'd both be 1A, 1B, whatever. Would that be more likely to change our franchise around? Now, having a new quarterback with the cast that we have at wide receiver with Devontae Smith, who we know is going to be good, Jalen Reagor, who needs to prove himself, and a bunch of other young wide receivers with Miles Sanders out of the backfield. And if our offensive line can stay healthy, there's no reason why the Eagles' offensive line can't be a top 5 offensive line in the league. So getting Deshaun Watson, I think you could make a guess that our offense would be nice. But what about the defense? Could we really survive? We would look like the Cowboys in a sense, where your offense looks good, you got the quarterback, you got some young wide receivers, but then your defense is suspect. But let's play the reverse. If Jalen Hurts is our starting quarterback, let's say he plays well this season, they love him so much, they give him an extension, he's come back next season, and we grab a guy like Xavier Howard, who had, I believe, 10 interceptions last season. You pair him with Darius Slay, and now things are starting to look a little different. We got Anthony Harris to add at safety, or Rodney McLeod. If he doesn't come back, then we have Kevon Wallace right there waiting to at least start week 1, week 2. I know Rodney McLeod believes he's going to be back within that first week, but, coming back from an ACL, it's a little different. It's a little different from at least a quarterback standpoint. You're in the pocket, you got protectors, and you can just drop down if need be. Whereas when you're at safety, you're backpedaling, you're changing direction, you got to be able to go on a moment's notice. It's like running back. And everyone I feel like ever since Adrian Peterson came back from his ACL injury years ago at a record time, I feel like everyone's been either trying to compete with that or try to beat that and be there right away. So we'll see if Rodney's going to be back in time. But let's say he is. I feel like if we could add a strong corner to that secondary, our team looks different. I think we have a solid defensive line led by Fletcher Cox, obviously, Brandon Graham. We've got Ryan Kerrigan to kind of go in. And then we also have Sweat and Javon Hargrave. So I think our defensive line set, our linebackers, yes, Eagles Nation knows our linebackers are pretty suspect, but I don't believe the young guys are used to their full potential. I think if they're able to be competent enough to fill their gaps and have the speed and athleticism to kind of shoot their guys, play the system that is this new system in place by Gannon, and just rely on the defensive line to do their job, and there's them to be competent, just them to do their job. And then I feel like if we had a solid number 2 corner, then who knows? Maybe you should hold the wide receivers for a little bit longer. Then our defensive line eats even more than they did last year. We were like top 5 in sacks, if not top 3. I think we were within that top 3 to 5 in sacks last season, and that was with a stinky secondary. Unfortunately, Jalen Mills wasn't the best. Our second corner, we just were rotating between people with injuries, and then Darius Slay, he was doing his thing, and unfortunately got his season. I feel like everyone's focusing on DK Metcalf killed him, so everyone's like, oh, he wasn't that great last season. But in reality, if you look at the big picture, he did pretty solid last season. So if you could pair him with a solid number 2, you move Avonte Maddox into the slot, and then you have 2 starting safeties. You got Anthony Harris and Ronnie McLeod. I think that can do more damage and really get this team to be a Super Bowl contending team than just adding a quarterback. I think adding Deshaun Watson, obviously, if we can get him, we can afford him, and it's not going to set us back years, then let's do it. I would be ecstatic. It'd be awesome. But if Jalen Hurts can prove that he can be a starter in this league this year and really show that, all right, our offense is solid, we just need maybe 1 or 2 players on defense because our linebackers really stepped up, especially the young guys, then I think we would have more of a chance to be Super Bowl contenders than just getting Deshaun Watson and having the exact same defense. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think we're only 1 player away, or do you guys think we're still in this process that's going to take about 2-3 years? It doesn't matter if we get a Deshaun Watson, we're still going to need at least another linebacker and another corner and maybe even another defensive end because we got guys leaving or something like that. Let me know in the comments. If this is something that you guys like, make sure you guys hit that like button. If not, then go in the comments and give a critique. Let us know. Let me know what I can do better. Otherwise, hit that subscribe button as well. But you know what already it is. The season's almost here, guys. It's almost here. Let's go, Birds. Peace.
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you.
Yeah. Fly was flying on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird gang nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here cool with Philly the podcast.